Through and read this together, and it should help you on your quiz coming up. So we're going to go ahead and annotate this as we go along. Let's make sure we have the right size. Okay. So, for many people, sitting on the beach and watching the waves crash onto the shore is a relaxing pastime. The ocean can often look calm and peaceful, but there are actually extremely powerful currents located within the Earth's oceans. These currents are continuous, directed movements of water that circulate through the oceans, and they play a major role in the climates of coastal regions. So, since we have a definition there, I'm going to highlight that. The two main types of ocean currents are surface currents and deep currents. Let's see, I'm actually going to change the color that I highlight that. Let's do surface currents and deep currents. Surface currents are the movement of water near the surface, and they are primarily caused by the moving wind above. Deep currents are the movement of water far below the Earth's surface and are primarily caused by convection currents due to the differences in water temperature and salinity. So this term salinity we haven't seen in a while. It was in one of our ecosystems units, but remember it talks about the salt concentration. It is also important to know that ocean currents in the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere circulate in opposite directions. So, due to the Coriolis effect, ocean currents in the northern hemisphere circulate clockwise direction, while ocean currents in the southern hemisphere circulate in a counterclockwise direction. Those are opposite directions. The Coriolis effect causes the curvature of both wind and ocean currents due to the rotation of the Earth on its axis. The Earth's ocean currents also originate, that means they come from, different locations. Some ocean currents circulate water from the equator, while others circulate water from one of the poles. Ocean currents near the equator bring warm water to the areas in which they circulate. And I did it again. I want to do red for warm. So let's get that. The equator brings warm water to the areas, and the currents near the equator consist of warmer water because they receive more direct sunlight. The Gulf Stream is an example of a warm ocean current which circulates water into the Gulf of Mexico. However, ocean currents near the poles bring cool water to the areas in which they circulate. So these currents near the poles consist of cooler water because they receive less direct sunlight. The California Current is an example of a cold ocean current which circulates water from Alaska south along the western coast of North America. The climate of a coastal region is largely affected by the type of ocean current that circulates near it. Coastal regions located near warm ocean currents tend to have warmer and more humid climates. Coastal regions located near cold ocean currents tend to have cooler climates. Since ocean currents distribute water that has been unevenly heated by the sun's radiation, these currents help to regulate the overall climate of the Earth. As we've read, ocean currents help to circulate water and regulate the climate. The sun is the major driving force of the convection currents within Earth's oceans, and without its energy, ocean currents would cease to exist. So, if you ever get the opportunity to go to the beach, take a moment to think about where the current of the water originally came from and where it will circulate to. All right, hope that helps.